What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Today what we are doing, I wouldn't really call it a modification. I would kind of call it like an adjustment or something. It turns out our cars are already pre-wired for this and we already have the button to do it. We just need to shave a couple things off and code it in and we can make it happen. What am I talking about? What could I possibly be talking about? I'm talking about the European rear tail fog lights. So it turns out in Europe, our F30s come with a fog light in the rear. And I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like right now. We already have the car pre-wired for it and the button is there. We just need to shave some things off in order to make that button operable, and then we need to code the feature in. So this is kind of like a two-part process. It's gonna be very straightforward though. So I've learned from doing all these YouTube videos that it's really important to be incredibly thorough or you guys get upset. And you guys, let's be honest, the last thing that I really want to do is make you upset. So today we're going to be so thorough. You can call me Thorough Theodore. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to make this video incredibly thorough. I'm going to show you everything, the before and after, the removal, the installation, the coding. So you guys, without further ado, let's go out to the garage and make this project happen. All right, you guys, so we are in the garage and here is the stock setup. The stock, I have the LCI taillights obviously, but here's the stock setup. And it's basically just those LEDs that run across here. That's all that's on. That's all that I have on at the moment. And so from what I understand, the Euro fog lights are right there. So we should be able to turn those on with a switch. That's what we're looking to accomplish today. So let's see if we can get this done. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. It's pretty straightforward. It is a two-part process, just like I said, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do each part. All right, you guys, so the tools in order to make this happen, we're gonna be using this Dremel tool. It's got a fine little tip on it, and we'll be using this to shave down some plastic pieces on the backing of the button. And then in order to get the actual trim pieces out of the car, we're gonna be using this trim tool set. I've got both of these off of Amazon. I'm gonna put links down in the description to where you guys can buy them. So if we head into the car here, you'll see right here you have an empty slot. These are my normal fog lights. And then right here you have this empty slot. In Europe, you would have a little sign right here and that would signify the European rear fog light button. So it's important to note, you guys, there are two ways to actually accomplish this here. You can either keep the stock trim piece with that black button with no symbol on it, and we can shave down the back in order to make that button operable, because it turns out this car is already wired for what we need to have done. So all we need to do is make that button operable, and then this will work after we code it. However, you could also go the more expensive route if you're like an OE junkie, and you could order one that has the Euro button on it. So really the only difference is it's gonna have the rear fog light icon on it versus ours, which won't have it on there. I did look around online and I did find some of the trim pieces that had that Euro fog light button on it, but they were like $100 some. I'm not gonna spend that for something like this. So we're just gonna be cheap today and do it this route. I'm not gonna spend $100 some on something when I can just do it for free. And the only thing I'm really losing is like a small icon. All right, guys, so the first step here is we're gonna be removing this actual trim piece up top. To do that, we just pull it out. It's relatively straightforward. We're gonna take a trim tool, stick it back here, pry it up a little bit, and bam, it comes right out just like that. Set that aside, and then to get this lower one out, we're gonna go ahead and approach it the same way. Take our trim tool set, stick it up and behind here. All right, you guys, so once we have this out, I can show you kind of what it looks like back here. There's a plug right here. We're gonna go ahead and remove this plug. Comes out just like that. So if you guys look right here, there are these two little metal pins. That's what's holding this actual piece in place. And you'll see I bent this one a little bit, not a big deal. It'll go back down once we put it back in. And what we're gonna be doing is making this button functional for our rear fog lights. So the next step is you're gonna see these little tabs right here. We need to actually pry up on each one of these tabs and remove this entire top plastic piece. Just keep working around just like that. There you go. And it should just pop up eventually like that. And you can pull this piece apart just like that. So you guys, here is the back piece that we pulled out. And you can see up top, these are the two little buttons. When we press in our normal fog lights, they hit these little buttons. And that's what activates it. And so down below, you'll see that there's actually two more. And they're operable. I can push these in and they work. So this is already pre-wired for our rear fog lights. So we just need to make that lower button operable so it pushes in and hits those buttons. So you guys can see right here, here is our cover piece that has the buttons. We're gonna go ahead and press on the back and it pushes right out. It'll clip right out and just pull it out. And so if you guys look at this button right here, you'll see a little black tab right here. We're gonna go ahead and Dremel this little black tab off. That's what's restricting it from pushing in. And if you look at the other side, you'll see two more. One right there and one right there. We're gonna go ahead and Dremel both of those off too. And after that, this button should be fully functional. All right guys, so like I was saying before, we need to Dremel this little piece off, this little piece off. And if you flip it over right here, we're gonna Dremel this little piece off. All right, so I got most of it Dremeled out. I'm just gonna clean up some of the edges with a knife. You could use like an X-Acto blade too, just to get these edges nice and crisp. So there's that one. You can see that the notches are gone now. I'm gonna do the same thing over here, just kind of clean up this edge. All right, so as you can see, that notch is gone on this side, and the two notches are now gone on this side. All right, you guys, so we have our assembly here. We're gonna go ahead and take our button and put it back in, just like that. And as you guys can see, this button is now functional, just like our fog light button. So the next step here is to take the backing and put it back onto the assembly. You're just gonna line up these clips in the back. Go ahead, press everything in, and it should be solid just like that. And so the same way that we removed this piece, we're gonna go ahead and reinstall it, plug this plug back into the back, and then insert this from the bottom first, and then these clips up top. Clip in right like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our top trim piece in with the vent, just like that. All right guys, so we have the assembly back in, and as you can see, we have our fog light button up top, shows our fog lights, and then we have our rear fog light button now underneath. However, it doesn't show anything. The reason being is we need to code this in. That's what we're gonna do right now. All right, guys, so now we are on to the coding part of this video. In order to do this, you are gonna need an iCar V-Gate Pro. I'm gonna put a link down in the description to where you can buy one. This plugs directly into our OBD2. It's basically a Bluetooth adapter that allows our phone to communicate with the ECU. So when we use the program Bimmercode, we can code features into our car. If you guys are unfamiliar with any of this, please watch this video right here. It'll bring you up to speed on everything you need and how to code your car with Bimmercode. All right, assuming you guys have all that and you know what you're doing, we're gonna go ahead and plug this into our OBD2 port. All right, so once you guys have the V-Gate plugged into your OBD2 port, you're gonna go ahead and open up the app Bimmercode. You're gonna go ahead and hit connect. We're gonna select our chassis. I'm a BMW 3 Series F30 right here. Hit connect again. And now it's gonna go ahead and connect. It might take a little bit, give it some time. All right, so once you guys have the ECU loaded, we're gonna be using two categories in this entire coding process. The first one is going to be the front electronic module. Go ahead and open that up. This one may take a little while to load. It has the most stuff in there that you can code, so it does take a little bit to load up. Just be patient, it'll eventually load. All right, so once you guys are into the front electronic module, we're gonna be jumping directly into expert mode. So the first place we're gonna go is 3060 LCE Master. Go ahead and click on that. And then you guys, what we are looking for is NSL Verbot. Here it is right here. And we are changing that from Nicht Verbot to Verbot. Pardon my terrible attempt at German. I don't speak German. All right, you guys, so when you get back to the front electronic module, you're gonna wanna make sure you code this. If you don't code this before we hop out and go back to the ECU page, it will not take effect. Make sure you code it, top right, start the coding process. This may take a little bit, it'll restart the vehicle. It might show some errors, it's okay, that's perfectly normal, don't freak out. All right, so we are fully coded with that. Now we're gonna hop out of the front electronic module. Let's head back to rear electronic module at the bottom here. This category might load up just a little bit faster. It doesn't have as many features in it. All right, guys, so once we're in the rear electronic module, we're gonna jump directly into expert mode again. And we are looking for 3063 LCE lamp mapping 2. Here it is right here. We're gonna hop in here. And then what we're looking for is mapping Nebelschlüssel L output. Again, I don't know if that's how you say it, but here it is right here. We're gonna hop in there. And then we are changing this from off to NSL_L. Hit that, head back, stay in this category. We're gonna do some more work here. So the next one after that is mapping Nebelschlüssel L function. We're hopping in there. It looks like that I already have this one set. We just want to make sure that Nebelschlicht is selected. It looks like we already have that, so we'll hop back. So then we're gonna do the same thing with the right side, mapping underscore Nebelschlüssel R output. Here it is right here, and we're gonna go ahead and hit NSL underscore R at the top, head back, and then we'll do the same thing with the function part, mapping underscore Nebelschlüssel R function, and it looks like we have that one up there selected as well. Nebelschlüssel. Whew. And then after we're done with that, we're gonna head back to the 3063 LCE mapping 2, and then we're gonna head back one more time, and you guys are gonna see code is lit up in the top right. We're gonna go ahead and code everything in the rear electronic module that we just did, and that is the final part of this coding process. So it'll do the same thing before, it'll restart, the ECU will reset, it'll code this function in. All right, you guys, so everything is complete now. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect, and we are done with the coding portion of this video. All right, you guys, so this is the final test. Here's our fog light button. We have our fog lights. Let's hit that rear fog light button. Yes, sir, it works. So the coding worked. The button is now operable. So let's head to the back of the car and see what it looks like. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you this is what it looks like without the rear fog lights on. You can just see that it's simply only these LED bars that run across. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like with the rear fog lights on. Bam! Look at that. That looks pretty sweet. So the way that these taillights work is everything is LED. The only thing that isn't LED is your reverse light. So it looks really cool in here because this rear fog light is all LED bulbs up in here. Dude, it looks pretty cool. I actually really like it. It looks kind of white if you look at it from down here, but you don't really see that because the reflection is really like this. So that's what they look like, you guys. That's what they look like with the Euro rear fog lights on the LCI taillights. That's pretty cool. I do like it. So without a doubt, you guys, it is subtle, like very subtle. These lights, the LEDs are super vibrant, so it's hard to see anything else that's going on. But when I step away from it and I look at it, I can definitely tell. And I'm curious to see after I start taking some photos at night, like how they look, what the difference is from stock to these. And also, I just like having the functionality of it. I feel like if the car was designed to have these, it should have them, even if it was only in Europe. I just like the fact that I can be able to control everything that this car can do from the driver's seat. So yeah, you guys, today was kind of like a DIY mod video. I hope you liked it. It's interesting, something a little bit different. So this is a mod that a buddy of mine on Instagram told me about, and then I was looking through the Bimmercode forums, and sure enough, you can do it. But what I didn't find was a video showing you how to do everything from start to finish. So how to make the button operable, how to code everything in. There weren't really any resources online for that, so I figured I would be that guy. Why not make the video? So that's it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, please do subscribe. Make sure that you guys like the video, comment down below, and hit that bell notification so you know every time that I upload a video. I appreciate you guys so much for watching and hanging with me and enjoying this content. But just like that, you guys, this video is effectively over, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.